this video, we are going to walk through how you can integrate Google Maps into your Resolve Actions runbooks and pages. All of the content that you will see in this video is available to customers who have access to Resolve's Automation Exchange, where you can browse, search, and download thousands of pre-built runbooks, action tasks, integration packs, and gateways for Resolve Actions. For this use case demonstration, let's imagine we are a large communications service provider who regularly receives phone calls from customers needing to check their cell phone service. We need to enhance the customer support abilities by providing those agents with a visual map of the customer location, as well as the cell towers servicing that location and their respective service status. They'll easily be able to identify if there is an obvious service problem or not. Now here's a quick demo of what you can download from Resolve's Automation Exchange. You can keep watching the video after this if you want to learn the basic steps to achieve this. This is the self-service page where anyone can type in the customer's postcode and click on the submit button. Behind the scenes, an automation is triggered that converts the postcode or zip code to latitude and longitude coordinates. The automation also retrieves the closest cell towers within a 5-mile radius. Finally, the Google map is centered on the customer's location and displays all of the servicing cell towers for their location. All of the cell towers are green, but notice the one red circle which tells us that one of the cell towers is offline. And of course, with Resolve Actions and the Google Maps API, you can fully customize this Google map even further. This basic example shows north-south directional cell towers. In the next part of this video, I'll step through how we created this runbook in Resolve Actions. Okay, so how are we going to do it? Well, first we need to obtain the customer's location, and one way to do this is to ask for their current zip or postcode. You can use Resolve's Form Builder to create a new form that enables your agents to input the customer's location in zip code or postcode format. When the agent clicks on the Form Submit button, it will trigger the automation in this runbook, and the first action task will be to convert this location into the latitude-longitude coordinates, and there are many public APIs available for us to use to do that. The input for this action task is the customer location, and the outputs are the latitude and longitude coordinates. Next, we need to retrieve all the cell towers within, let's say a 5-mile radius of the customer location. Now you may store this information in a database or a third-party tool, or maybe you have an API that can be used to retrieve this information. Resolve Actions can handle all that, and in any response format too. For each local cell tower, we need to get its current service status and other needed information. And as an example, all of this data can be packaged up into a JSON payload that Resolve Actions will use when integrating with Google Maps to create the Google map. Now here's an example. There are many different ways to get to this stage, but ultimately we just need a list of all the local cell towers and some other relevant information such as the cell tower status. This data is then written to your runbook's worksheet so that it can be used by the front-end page, the presentation layer. Now it's just the case of using the Resolve Actions page builder and an HTML component to create the Google map using the Google Maps JavaScript API and the data from our worksheet. First, you will need to obtain a Google Maps API key, and also take the time to review the Google Maps documentation for great conceptual examples. Now you can download this example template, including all the JavaScript code, from Resolve's Automation Exchange. Within the Resolve Actions page builder for your runbook, add a new HTML component and create your div element for your map. This is just straight from the Google Maps documentation, so it's very easy. Next, we need to reference the Google Maps API script, as shown here. Then, retrieve the cell tower data from your runbook's worksheet into a variable, as shown here. Now we are going to build out the needed JavaScript to display the Google map within Resolve Actions. Again, referring back to the Google Maps documentation, we create a new map object centered at the customer location in latitude and longitude. This code creates the person location pin again at the customer location. And now the code iterates through the cell tower data array, creating more pin objects and the circle around that location. Finally, let's view the outcome. I'll type in the postcode and click on submit. Behind the scenes, the automation is running to convert this postcode to the relevant coordinates, retrieve the closest cell towers within that 5-mile radius, and save that information into the worksheet for reading by the front end page here. Don't forget, this is just the template, so feel free to customize this page and automation to meet your exact needs. Thank you for watching this short how-to video.